If you're trying to cut costs without sacrificing your health, these are the only 21 grocery items you really need to put in your cart each week. If you're trying to cut costs without sacrificing your health, these are the only 21 grocery items you really need to put in your cart each week. Let's start with bananas. If there's one fruit that truly gives you the most bang for your buck, it's this one. And it absolutely deserves a permanent spot on your weekly grocery list. They're incredibly inexpensive, often just pennies per pound, yet they deliver steady, natural energy thanks to their combination of wholesome starches and naturally occurring sugars. On top of that, bananas are rich in potassium, an essential mineral that plays a key role in supporting heart function and keeping your muscles working properly. If you grab them while they're still green, you'll also benefit from their prebiotic fiber, which helps nourish the healthy bacteria in your gut and supports smoother digestion overall. Here's a simple strategy to make the most of them. Choose bananas at different stages of ripeness. Start by eating the fully ripe ones earlier in the week and let the greener ones sit and ripen for later. That way, nothing goes to waste. They're also incredibly versatile. You can slice them over a warm bowl of oatmeal, blend them into smoothies for natural sweetness, or just peel one and eat it on the go when you need a quick snack. And if a few get overly brown and soft, don't toss them. Freeze them for future smoothies or use them in banana bread. Because they're so adaptable, nutrient-dense, and affordable, bananas are one of those smart staples that help you stretch your grocery budget while still eating well. Next up, eggs. When it comes to affordable, high-quality protein, eggs are about as close to perfect as it gets. They're one of the most budget-friendly nutritional powerhouses you can add to your cart. Each individual egg provides roughly 6 grams of complete protein along with key nutrients like vitamin D, vitamin B12, and selenium, all of which play important roles in keeping your body functioning properly. And here's what makes them even better. Eggs aren't limited to breakfast. They're incredibly flexible and can fit into just about any meal, whether it's morning, noon, or night. If you want to stretch your grocery dollars even further, consider buying the biggest carton your budget allows. Stored correctly in the refrigerator, eggs can remain fresh for several weeks, giving you plenty of time to use them up. You can scramble them for a quick morning meal, boil a batch to keep on hand for easy, protein-packed snacks, toss them into fried rice for extra substance, or incorporate them into your favorite baking recipes. Because eggs are so satisfying, the protein helps keep you full longer, which naturally reduces the urge to snack and can lower your overall food spending in the long run. Affordable, filling, and remarkably adaptable, eggs are a smart weekly staple that delivers serious nutrition for just a few cents per serving. Now let's talk about brown rice. If you're looking for an affordable grain that delivers serious nutritional value, brown rice is hard to beat, especially when you buy it in bulk. Compared to many other grains, it's significantly less expensive, yet it offers far more than the processed alternatives. Unlike white rice, brown rice keeps its bran and germ layers intact. That means you're getting more fiber, along with additional vitamins and minerals that help support overall health. In practical terms, a single large bag can last a family for weeks, which makes it one of the best value staples you can keep in your pantry. To get the most out of it, cook a big batch at once and divide it into individual portions before freezing. This simple step gives you the convenience of quick, ready-to-heat rice whenever you need it, without paying extra for prepackaged instant versions. Brown rice works beautifully as a base for stir-fries, curries, beans, and roasted vegetables, making it the starting point for countless affordable meals. If you have leftovers, turn them into fried rice bowls or stir a scoop into soups to boost both texture and nutritional content. Because it's made up of complex carbohydrates, brown rice releases energy slowly, helping you stay satisfied longer and cutting down on cravings that often lead to pricey convenience snacks later in the day. Choosing plain brown rice instead of flavored instant packets not only saves money but also gives you full control over added sugars, sodium, and other ingredients. Let's move on to dried beans. When it comes to stretching your grocery budget, few foods compete with them. They're easily one of the most affordable sources of both protein and fiber you'll find in any supermarket. For just a couple of dollars, you can buy a bag that expands dramatically once cooked, turning into multiple hearty servings of plant-based nutrition. What makes beans especially powerful is the combination of protein and fiber. Together, they help you feel full and satisfied for longer, which naturally cuts down on overeating and unnecessary snacking. Here's a simple way to make the most of them. Soak your dried beans overnight, then cook a large batch all at once. After they're done, divide them into portions and freeze them so you have ready-to-use beans throughout the week. It's a small step that saves both time and money. You can toss them into soups and stews, layer them into tacos, sprinkle them over salads, or mash them up to make your own refried beans at home. And with so many varieties, like black beans, pinto beans, kidney beans, and chickpeas, you can easily rotate flavors and textures so your meals stay interesting. Even swapping out meat for beans just once or twice a week can make a noticeable difference in your grocery spending. As a bonus, you'll increase your fiber intake, which supports better digestion and overall gut health, all while keeping more money in your pocket. Now let's talk about chicken thighs. If you're looking for budget-friendly protein, this is one of the smartest choices you can make at the store. They're usually much cheaper than chicken breasts, yet they deliver richer flavor and stay tender and juicy when cooked. For the lowest price per pound, go with skin-on bone-in thighs. They do take a little extra prep time, but the savings are worth it. A great strategy is to grab the larger family packs when they're discounted, then separate and freeze portions so you've got protein ready for future weeks. Chicken thighs are incredibly adaptable in the kitchen. You can roast them in the oven, throw them on the grill, cook them low and slow, or sear them in a pan. They fit seamlessly into almost any dish that calls for chicken. Because thigh meat is darker, it contains slightly more fat than chicken breast. That extra fat enhances flavor and makes meals more satisfying, so you may find you're content with smaller servings. If you're aiming to cut back on fat, simply remove the skin before cooking. Or keep it on and roast the thighs until crispy for a result that tastes restaurant quality. And don't overlook the bones. Save them to make homemade chicken stock. That one extra step stretches your purchase even further and turns a single pack of chicken into multiple nourishing meals. Let's add sweet potatoes to the list. These are true nutrition standouts, and the best part is they stay reasonably priced all year long. Packed with vitamin A, fiber, and powerful antioxidants, sweet potatoes help support healthy vision, strengthen your immune system, and contribute to overall well-being. Compared to white potatoes, sweet potatoes have a lower glycemic index. In simple terms, that means they raise your blood sugar more gradually instead of causing sharp spikes, which helps keep your energy levels steadier throughout the day. Preparing them couldn't be easier. Just give them a quick wash, poke a few holes with a fork, and bake at 400 degrees for around 45 minutes, or until they're soft all the way through. From there, you've got plenty of options. Enjoy one as is with a little butter, mash it up as a simple side, slice it into homemade fries, or cube it for roasting. They're also surprisingly versatile beyond basic side dishes. Sweet potatoes blend beautifully into soups and stews, and they even work well in baked goods like muffins or brownies. Because they're naturally sweet, you can often cut back on added sugar in recipes without sacrificing flavor. Another bonus is their impressive shelf life. They keep well in your pantry and don't spoil quickly, which makes them a practical, low-waste choice that supports both your health and your grocery budget. Let's talk about carrots. If you're looking for a vegetable that checks all the boxes, affordable, flexible, and easy to store, carrots are a solid choice. They're typically inexpensive no matter the season, and when kept in the refrigerator, they can stay fresh and crisp for weeks at a time. Nutritionally, carrots are rich in beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. That nutrient plays a key role in maintaining healthy vision and supporting a strong immune system. If you want the best value, skip the baby carrots and go for a full-sized bag of whole carrots. You'll usually pay less and get more servings out of it. A simple way to prep them is to wash and peel a batch, then slice them into sticks for easy snacks alongside hummus or ranch dip. You can also grate them into salads and slaw, roast them with olive oil and your favorite seasonings, or toss them into soups, stews, and stir-fries for extra flavor and texture. Once cooked, carrots develop a natural sweetness that even selective eaters tend to enjoy, making them a practical way to add more vegetables to everyday meals. And when eaten raw, their crunchy texture can be surprisingly satisfying, often helping to reduce the urge to reach for pricey, salty snack foods later on. Now let's give some attention to cabbage, a vegetable that often gets overlooked despite offering serious value for very little cost. For just a few dollars, One whole head can stretch across several meals and easily feed an entire family more than once. From a nutrition standpoint, cabbage delivers plenty of vitamin C and vitamin K, along with plant compounds that support digestion and may help reduce inflammation in the body. It's simple but surprisingly powerful. There are countless ways to use it. Slice it thin for coleslaw, chop it into stir fries, toss it into soups or stews, or roast thick wedges in the oven until the edges turn golden and slightly crisp. It also works beautifully as a wrapper or filling base for homemade egg rolls or classic cabbage rolls stuffed with rice and meat. Green and purple cabbage can usually be swapped in most recipes without any issue. The purple variety, in particular, adds a vibrant pop of color to salads and slaws, making meals look as good as they taste. One of cabbage's biggest advantages is its sturdy texture. It holds up well during cooking and doesn't turn mushy the way some vegetables do. On top of that, it keeps for weeks in the refrigerator, which makes it a practical, low-waste staple that supports both your health and your grocery budget. Let's not forget about canned tomatoes. This is one pantry essential that deserves a permanent spot on your weekly grocery list. For just $1 or $2 per can, you get a versatile ingredient that serves as the foundation for a wide range of affordable meals, from pasta sauces and chili to soups and hearty stews. One thing many people don't realize is that canned tomatoes are typically harvested and packaged at peak ripeness. Because of that, they can actually offer more nutrients than fresh tomatoes that were picked early to survive shipping. Here's a simple strategy. Always keep a few cans stocked in your pantry. That way, you can throw together a quick, satisfying meal without having to make an extra run to the store. If you prefer a rustic sauce, crush whole tomatoes by hand. For a smoother, more polished texture, blend them until silky. They also work beautifully in rice dishes, curries, and homemade pizza sauce. And there's another bonus. The lycopene found in tomatoes becomes easier for your body to absorb after cooking, which means canned tomatoes can be an even more nutritious option than raw ones. To stretch your budget even further, choose the store brand version instead of name brands. You'll typically get the same quality at a lower price, making this small switch an easy way to save without compromising flavor or nutrition. Now let's talk about peanut butter. When it comes to stretching your grocery dollars, it's hard to find a better deal. For just a few bucks, you can grab a large jar that delivers dozens of servings, making it one of the most cost-effective sources of nutrition in the store. Peanut butter offers a solid mix of protein, fiber, and heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. That combination helps keep you feeling full and steady for hours, instead of hungry again shortly after eating. If you can, choose a natural version made with just peanuts and a little salt. Those options skip added sugars and hydrogenated oils, making them a cleaner choice overall. That said, if you're working with a very tight budget, conventional peanut butter still gets the job done and provides similar macronutrient benefits. Because it contains both protein and fat, peanut butter helps regulate blood sugar levels and prevents sharp spikes and crashes. In practical terms, that means fewer energy dips and fewer impulsive, less healthy food choices later in the day. Let's wrap this one up with whole wheat pasta. It usually costs just a bit more than traditional white pasta, but the nutritional upgrade is well worth it. Because it's made from whole grains, it contains noticeably more fiber along with additional vitamins and minerals that help you stay full and satisfied for longer stretches of time. That added fiber does more than just keep you full. It also supports healthy digestion and helps maintain steadier blood sugar levels compared to refined pasta. When you're cooking it, follow the directions on the package. But here's a simple trick. Before draining, scoop out a little of the starchy cooking water. Adding a splash of that water to your sauce helps it cling to the pasta and creates a smoother, more cohesive dish. From there, the possibilities are wide open. Toss it with olive oil, garlic, and whatever vegetables you have on hand for an easy, budget-friendly dinner. Stir it into soups and stews to make them more filling, or turn it into pasta salad for ready-to-go lunches during the week. If you spot it on sale, consider stocking up and storing a few extra boxes in your pantry. That way, you'll always have an affordable, nutrient-dense base for a quick meal whenever you need one. Let's talk about frozen mixed vegetables. In many cases, they're just as nutritious as fresh produce, but they're often far more affordable and much more convenient. Because they're flash frozen right after harvest, at peak ripeness, their vitamins and minerals are preserved and locked in. For only a few dollars, you can buy a large bag that yields multiple servings, making it a smart and economical addition to your weekly groceries. Even better, they'll keep for months in the freezer without spoiling, so there's no pressure to use them immediately. A simple strategy is to always keep a few bags on hand. That way, you can quickly boost the nutrition of almost any meal. Toss them straight into soups, stews, stir-fries, pasta dishes, or omelets. No thawing necessary. If you're short on time, you can even microwave a portion in minutes for an easy side dish. Choosing frozen vegetables also helps eliminate the frustration of fresh produce going bad before you get around to using it. By cutting down on waste, you make your grocery budget go further while still getting the nutrients your body needs. Now let's talk about onions. They're one of the most important flavor-building ingredients you can keep in your kitchen, and thankfully, they're inexpensive all year long. For just a few dollars, you can grab a full bag, and when stored in a cool, dry spot, each onion will stay good for weeks. Beyond adding depth and aroma to meals, onions also contain natural compounds that support heart health and offer anti-inflammatory benefits. So they're not just flavorful, they bring nutritional value to the table as well. To make the most of them, start by sautéing diced onions as a base for soups, stews, sauces, and stir-fries. That simple step instantly builds richness in almost any savory dish. You can also slice them raw for burgers and sandwiches, or cook them low and slow until they caramelize into a sweet, golden topping that elevates everything from meats to grain bowls. Affordable, long-lasting, and incredibly versatile onions are a foundational ingredient that quietly makes almost every meal better. Let's finish with garlic. If there's one low-cost ingredient that can completely elevate a meal, it's this one. For less than $1, you can pick up a whole bulb containing multiple cloves, each delivering bold, concentrated flavor. Garlic has been valued for centuries not only for its taste, but also for its potential health-supporting properties, particularly when it comes to immune function and heart health. It's small, but it's mighty. To get the best value and flavor, choose whole bulbs instead of the pre-minced versions in jars. The jarred kind tends to be more expensive and doesn't offer the same depth of taste. Simply peel and finely chop fresh cloves, then add them to almost any savory recipe: pasta sauces, stir-fries, roasted vegetables, soups, marinades, and more. If you roast entire cloves, they become soft, mellow, and slightly sweet, perfect for spreading onto bread or mixing into dishes. On the other hand, using garlic raw gives you a sharper kick and preserves more of its potential health benefits. Keep your garlic stored in a cool, dry place away from sunlight, and it will stay fresh for weeks. Affordable, long-lasting, and incredibly impactful, garlic is one pantry essential that consistently delivers far more than it costs. Let's talk about canned tuna. If you want an inexpensive source of high-quality protein that's ready to eat straight from the can, this is hard to beat. For just $1 or $2, you get roughly 20 grams of complete protein, plus omega-3 fatty acids that help support both heart and brain health. One of the biggest advantages of canned tuna is convenience. There's no cooking required, which makes it perfect for quick meals when you're short on time. You can mix it with mayonnaise for a simple, classic tuna salad and serve it on bread, in a sandwich, or with crackers. It also blends easily into pasta salads for added substance, or you can toss it over a green salad to boost the protein content and make the meal more filling. If you're in the mood for something warm, combine tuna with breadcrumbs and eggs to form patties, then pan-fry them until golden and crisp on the outside. Affordable, versatile, and packed with nutrients, canned tuna is a practical staple that makes healthy eating both easy and budget-friendly. Now let's look at yogurt. This flexible dairy staple delivers a strong nutritional punch, offering protein, calcium, and live probiotics that help support healthy digestion. It's one of those foods that works in multiple meals throughout the day. To save the most money, skip the single-serve flavored cups and go for a large tub of plain yogurt instead. Not only is it more cost-effective, but it also gives you full control over how much sweetness you add. For a simple breakfast, spoon some into a bowl and top it with fresh fruit and granola. You can also blend it into smoothies for extra creaminess and protein, swap it in place of sour cream in recipes, or use it as a marinade base to help tenderize meat while adding flavor. The live active cultures found in yogurt help maintain a balanced gut microbiome, which plays an important role in immune health and overall well-being. If you're looking for even more staying power, Greek yogurt is an excellent option since it contains more protein than regular yogurt, helping you stay satisfied for longer. Let's talk about bread. Whole grain bread is one of those everyday staples that makes quick meals and snacks easy to throw together. It's incredibly practical and serves as the base for everything from simple breakfasts to packed lunches. Choosing whole grain or whole wheat bread instead of white bread gives you more fiber and essential nutrients, which helps support steady energy levels and healthier digestion. It's a small upgrade that makes a meaningful difference nutritionally. You can use it in countless ways. Build sandwiches for lunch, toast a slice in the morning, spread it with peanut butter or mashed avocado for a filling snack, or cut it into cubes to make homemade croutons or stuffing. To stretch your grocery budget even further, look for loaves that are marked down for quick sale and store them in the freezer. Bread freezes beautifully. Just take out a slice or two as needed. They'll thaw in minutes on the counter or can go straight into the toaster from frozen. Opting for store-brand whole grain bread instead of name brands can also save a noticeable amount of money without sacrificing quality or nutrition. And before you buy, take a quick glance at the ingredient list. Make sure the first ingredient listed is whole wheat flour or whole grain flour, rather than enriched white flour, which doesn't offer the same nutritional benefits. Let's cover olive oil. This kitchen staple is more than just a cooking fat. It adds rich flavor to meals while supporting heart health. Although a bottle might seem pricey at first, it stretches for weeks or even months, making it highly cost-effective over time. Olive oil is packed with monounsaturated fats, which can help lower bad cholesterol when used in place of saturated fats. That makes it a smart, healthy swap in everyday cooking. To get the most out of it, use olive oil for sautéing vegetables, roasting meats and veggies, whipping up homemade salad dressings and marinades, or simply drizzling over finished dishes to enhance flavor. Its versatility and health benefits make it a pantry essential that pays for itself over time. Let's talk about cheese. It's a nutrient-dense food that delivers both protein and calcium, while also adding rich flavor that helps you feel satisfied with smaller portions. A smart way to save money is to buy blocks of cheese and shred them yourself. This is much cheaper than purchasing pre-shredded varieties, and it keeps the cheese fresher longer since it doesn't contain the anti-clumping cellulose that pre-shredded cheese often has. Cheese is incredibly versatile in the kitchen. Sprinkle it over eggs, omelets, tacos, quesadillas, pasta dishes, or casseroles. Slice it for sandwiches, pair it with crackers for a snack, or even melt it into sauces. Because it's so flavorful, a little goes a long way, letting you enjoy its taste while using smaller amounts than you might expect. Let's highlight potatoes. They're one of the most satisfying and filling vegetables you can buy, and they're extremely budget-friendly. A single 5-pound bag can provide multiple meals for just a few dollars, making them a true staple in any cost-conscious kitchen. Potatoes are packed with nutrients like vitamin C and potassium. Plus, when cooked and cooled, they develop resistant starch, which supports digestive health and keeps you feeling fuller longer. To make the most of them, try baking potatoes until the skins are crispy and the insides are light and fluffy. You can also boil and mash them with a splash of milk and a bit of butter. Cut them into wedges for roasting, or slice them thin to create homemade oven-baked potato chips that cost far less than store-bought versions. Leftovers are just as useful. Dice them and pan-fry for breakfast hash browns, or toss them into soups to add heartiness and extra nutrition. Potatoes are versatile, satisfying, and incredibly easy on the wallet.